Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be making some of these 3.8 inch swim baits. We're going to be playing around with some of this chameleon powder. And if you stick around to the end of the video, there might be a giveaway. So while that plastic's cooking up, I'll show you what this is. This is just some pretty inexpensive chameleon powder from Amazon. It's from Cheap Art. I've used a couple of the colors in here. So this one has 4 different colors. Today we're going to be using this gold, green, blue color. It's just a really cool color shift. You can see even in the bag, depending on how the light hits it, it changes to all 3 of those colors. So this is what we're going to be using today. I also wanted to show you, because one of the colors, another one we're using today is this minnow silver from Lurecraft. So if you look right here, I haven't used it in a very long time, so it is completely separated. And you can shake this up quite a bit, but it's just not quite going to mix up all the way. So one of the things you can do if you have really hard-packed colors like this is if you have those core shot rods, you can take one of those core shot rods, stick it down in there, and mix it all up really well. Yeah, just take the lid off of your bottle, take one of your core shot rods, and you can stick it down. And you can see right here on the edge, it's very, very hard-packed. Like, I could probably take this stuff out in big chunks, but what that's going to do is you won't really get any of the color that you're looking for if you try to put this into your plastic, and it's also going to give you very inconsistent results if you don't mix it very well between each use. So I'm going to take this rod, just keep mixing. You can start to see how the 2 separated colors are starting to come together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep breaking up all these chunks at the bottom with this rod, get it pretty mixed up, and then I'll put the lid back on and continue shaking a little bit just to make sure we get it back to the way it was originally designed. And there you can see, after just a few minutes of mixing it up and shaking it around, we've got it all mixed up together, and we are good to go. Alright, so we got our plastic cooked up. We're going to start with this blue highlight on the belly color, and we're going to use a 1/16 of a teaspoon in here to start. I don't want too much of this blue highlight, but I definitely want to make sure that it comes through. We're going to get all this mixed in as best as we can. You can see how the powder kind of clumps. That's common with every powder that you're going to put into plastic. You are going to have to stir quite a bit, but we'll continue mixing that in when we add our next color, which is going to be that minnow silver. So this stuff, it's a really cool color, but in all honesty, it's basically just some micro silver colored glitter mixed in with the oil. So if you don't want to buy this color, you can get away with just using some micro silver flake. We're going to put some of this in there. Start with, let's go 5 drops to start, if I can get it to come out. Alright, so there's 5 drops. See where that gets us. This is a new color. I've never made it before. I'm just kind of trying to make like a natural shad looking color. And just kind of going through ideas and stuff. This is just kind of something that I wanted to try out and see if it works. Alright, so we're going to add, let's go probably another 5 drops of this. We might end up adding more. I just want to take it slow because I haven't used this silver color in a very long time, and I don't really remember how strong it is. Alright, that's not a whole lot. We're just going to go 10 more. Alright, and I'm going to call it good there. I don't want to add too much of it. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave that as the belly color. And it's just the minnow silver color, honestly, like I said, just kind of gives it a little bit of that glimmer and sparkle. It doesn't really change the color of the plastic too much unless you add a lot. And I'm not trying to add any more than that right there. So that's it for our belly color. And now we're going to move on to the top. Alright, and for the top color, we're going to start with this chameleon powder. And we're only going to add a 32nd of a teaspoon because I don't want the overall color to be too bright. we're going to add a little bit of black to this, so I want it to be a pretty dark color. I'm kind of using this as more of like a highlight effect for the black. So I want to keep this overall color pretty translucent, so I don't want to add too much powder, and a little bit of powder goes a long way. So you can see here, as I'm mixing in, you can already start to see that gold, green, blue color shift. It's a pretty cool little color. Alright, I'm going to keep stirring this in. I got quite a few clumps. This powder does seem to take a little bit longer to stir in than others. So I'll keep stirring this in and then I'll meet you right back. We got that powder all stirred in. And as I mentioned, we're going to start with 2 drops of black. So in the earthworm color video, you heard me mentioning base colors for some of these like color shift type pigments. And you'll see here how just a couple drops of black completely changes the overall color of this plastic. It really enhances, so anything you use with any sort of color shift to it, if you add a base color like this, it just really makes those color shifts pop. So looking at it right here, it almost looks like it has a lot more gold than what I was expecting, which might still be alright. I think I'm going to add 1 more drop of black, just because I don't want that back color to be too... I want it to be very clear that it is a dark base. I feel like if I don't add at least 1 more, it'll be a little too light for what I'm trying to achieve. So that's what we ended up with this. So we have the 32nd teaspoon of that chameleon powder and 3 drops of black, and this is 1 measuring cup of plastic. Let's see, I think I'll try. So the cool thing about these individual top port molds, I can just shoot 1 swim bait and see if I like the color profile and then adjust, and I'm not wasting as much plastic as if it was a mold that injected all of them together. So I think I'm going to get both of these cups warmed back up to even temperatures. We'll shoot 1 real quick. We'll see if the color looks good, and then we'll move on to the rest. All right, we are ready to go. One thing I did want to touch on, so if you're using these molds where it's individual top ports, you can see I put top over here on this side. I know the top color needs to be on the right. On molds with individual screws, typically it's like front or back or however you want to word it. But on these, just make sure that you have something. I know some companies put that, like etch it on their molds. This one doesn't, so I just put a little sticker on there just so I can always remember keep the top color on the right. All right, so I was just gonna make 1 of these and see how I liked it, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make all 5. Looking at them in the cup, I think it's close enough to what I want. So we're gonna make these real quick and then we'll check them out. The mold is cooled off. We're gonna open this up and check them out. I don't know if the first couple or the first 2 or 3 are gonna be very good, because when I went to inject on the 3rd one, the mold actually fell over. So I don't know if these 3 are gonna work, but it'll be enough to give us an idea if the color profile is correct. So let's get this little guy open. Actually, those still look really good. So that is almost exactly what I was wanting. The gold is a little more pronounced in the top. I wish the top had a little bit more blue in it, but overall that is what I was kind of going for. Yeah, I think, and what I might actually do is, because you can see if I hold this up just right, it's super translucent even on the top. So I think I might make the 2nd run and I may add 1 more drop of black and then maybe a drop of blue, just to try to draw that blue out a little bit more. I don't know. The more I look at it, I might just leave it. Let me know what you guys think. Would you try to... Actually, we'll do that. We'll go ahead and adjust it, and we'll see if this original recipe is better or if we like it with the black and the blue. But overall, I really, really like that color. You can see, I'll try to get a good angle of it. If I rotate the top color, so you can see the blue highlight in the belly, and then kind of the color shift powder for the top, it almost makes it look like the, I can't remember what they're called from Lure Craft. I know SDG's made some videos. It's like the pearl, I'll pop it up right here. I can't remember the name of it. It kind of gives that effect to it. But yeah, super cool, just little natural shad colors. So this is the Fat Guys Fishing 3.8 inch swim bait. I really, really like this mold. I know I hear a lot of guys talking about like all the ribs on it. Some of theirs don't fill in all the way. I haven't really had any issues, and I've caught a ton of fish on this little mold. Yeah, we'll get that plastic reheated. We'll make some adjustments, and we'll see which one we like better. So we got our leftovers heated back up, and I'm going to try, so the first thing I'm going to do is add 1 drop of this marine blue from MF. And we'll see, I might need to add a couple, because they're, like I said in the past videos, MF products are a little thinner, which are great for things like this, for doing pretty detailed color builds. Let's add 2 more. And then I don't want to add any black just yet because I don't want it to get too thick, but I do kind of want to get a little more of that blue tint to it. All right, so I'm still not seeing much. Let's go 3 more. See where that puts us. So I should have drizzled a little bit out before I did this, but let's just do a little drizzle test real quick. So you can see, I don't know how well you can see that. I'm still not seeing very much of the blue coming through. So we're gonna add a little bit more. Let's go 5 drops that time. I'm not too concerned with adding too much blue because since this is still a pretty thin color, I can always add a drop of black to kind of dilute it back out if I need. Let's check. So yeah, I think that we're getting a little bit closer. I don't know how well you can see it. Once those dry, I'll pick them up and show you a little closer. But I think I want to add a little bit more. I went with 7 drops on that one, because this is a pretty thin color. All right, now I'm starting to see a little bit more of that blue. All right, let's do 1 final drizzle test. All right, I think that is what I want to stick with. So we're going to get both of these cups back to the same temperature, and then we'll make the second run and we'll compare the two. All right, so while that plastic's reheating, I'll show you these 3 little drizzle tests. So this one over here on the left is where we started. This was the second one, and then this was the final one. And you can see at the right light, it just has that little bit of a, it's just a blue tint to it. This one over here has, I expected that color shift powder to be more like this straight out of the package just based on how blue it was in the bag. It's still not a bad, this other color looks great, but I wanted just a little bit more of that blue, and MF having those thinner colorants works great for stuff like this. You can see it's still super translucent, so we didn't lose the translucency part of it, but we do have just that slight blue tint to it. I know it's kind of hard to see some of this stuff on camera, but hopefully in the bait it'll show a little bit more and you guys can see what we came up with. And here we go with round number 2. We are ready to check out this second round. Hopefully the laminates are pretty good. I injected a little bit warmer than normal, but I was just a little impatient. There we go. So you can see there how much more the blue really comes out on the top side, which is kind of what I was wanting in the beginning. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I don't know how much the camera's really picking up the extra blue that we added to the top side, but they look really, really good. That minnow silver in the belly, it's, like I said, it's basically just really fine silver flake. So you can get away, if you have like the 0.008 silver flake, you can get that same effect. You don't need to buy that silver. Let's grab the first run real quick. So here is the side-by-side comparison. This is the first run over here, and then the second. You can really see when you put them next to each other, that extra blue that we added in here. Let me grab one of each and see how well you guys can see it. Yeah, you can see it right there. So this first run we made has more of that, the green and gold color to it, and then the second one has the blue. I don't know. I thought I was going to like the blue a lot better, but I don't know. That first run without adding the blue looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Which one do you guys like better? I don't know. I might just have to keep both of them on hand. But yeah, two super cool colors. Will the fish really notice a difference and care about that slight difference? I don't know, probably not. But it's kind of cool to just play around with the different colors and see what we can come up with. Both of those are really good. I think they'll both work just fine. But yeah, let me know which ones you guys like. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we did hit our 500 subscriber mark. So with that, we will be doing a giveaway. All you have to do to enter the giveaway, be subscribed, like the video, and then comment down below. I'll probably let it go for a couple weeks, and then I'll pick a winner just to give everybody enough time to see this video and comment for the giveaway. If you want these swim baits, I'll make you some. But I don't want to just give you whatever I have laying around. So whoever wins, I'll have you send me a message on my Instagram page, and you can literally pick anything you want. I'll decide on how much I'm going to give away. You can pick soft plastics, you can pick jigs, terminal tackle, whatever you want. I want to give you guys something that you will like and you will actually enjoy. So yeah, all you have to do, like I said, be subscribed, like the video, and comment down below. It doesn't matter what you comment. You can comment whatever you want, and that will get you entered. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.